The life and career of Ken Griffey Jr., one of the most iconic players in Major League Baseball history. I am honored to speak about one of baseball's most beloved and influential players. Ken Griffey Jr., known as the Kid. Griffey's blend of power, speed, and defensive prowess captured the hearts of fans around the world. His career has left a lasting legacy that goes far beyond his impressive stats and achievements. Let's take a journey through the life and career of Ken Griffey Jr. Early life and background. Ken Griffey Jr. was born George Kenneth Griffey Jr. on November 21, 1969, in Donora, Pennsylvania. Notably, he was born on the same day as Hall of Famer Stan Musial, who was also from Donora. Ken's father, Ken Griffey Sr., was a Major League Baseball player himself, spending most of his career with the Cincinnati Reds as part of their Big Red Machine. With baseball in his blood, it was almost inevitable that Ken Jr. would pick up a bat at an early age. Growing up around professional baseball players, Griffey was immersed in the sport from a young age. By the time he reached high school, he was a standout player and an All-American. In 1987, the Seattle Mariners selected him as the first overall pick in the MLB draft, setting the stage for an incredible journey in the big leagues. Rookie years and early stardom. Griffey made his Major League debut in 1989 at just 19 years old. His youthful enthusiasm, coupled with immense talent, quickly endeared him to fans and teammates. That season, he hit .264 with 16 home runs and 61 RBIs and showcased his defensive skills with highlight reel catches in center field. With his trademark backward cap and million-watt smile, Griffey quickly became a fan favorite. In 1990, Griffey and his father made history as the first father-son duo to play in the same Major League game. The two even hit back-to-back home runs, a moment that remains etched in the memories of baseball fans everywhere. It was a symbol of Griffey's place in baseball's legacy, a bridge between generations. Peak years with the Seattle Mariners. Griffey's career really took off in the early 1990s. He was selected to the All-Star team in 1990, starting a string of 13 All-Star appearances. By the mid-1990s, he had become one of the league's best players. His 1993 season saw him hit 45 home runs, but he truly peaked in 1997, when he put together one of the most remarkable seasons in baseball history. That year, Griffey led the American League with 56 home runs, 147 RBIs, and an on-base plus slugging percentage (OPS) of 1.028, earning him the AL MVP award. During this time, Griffey's presence on the Mariners helped popularize the team and the sport. The Mariners hadn't been a strong team before Griffey arrived, but with him leading the way, they became contenders. The 1995 season, in particular, was pivotal. The Mariners were in a tight race for the playoffs, and Griffey's memorable sprint from first to home in the American League Division Series against the Yankees, scoring the game-winning run, became an iconic moment. It was one of the defining plays of Griffey's career, and it helped save baseball in Seattle, leading to the construction of Safeco Field. Leaving Seattle and moving to Cincinnati. In 2000, after 11 seasons with the Mariners, Griffey requested a trade to the Cincinnati Reds, partly to be closer to his family. The Mariners granted his request, trading him to the Reds in exchange for several players. Griffey signed a 9-year, $116.5 million deal with Cincinnati, one of the largest contracts in sports at the time. Fans had high hopes, and while he still showcased his skill and power, injuries began to plague him, limiting his playing time and effectiveness. His injuries ranged from hamstring strains to knee issues, and they gradually took a toll on his performance. Despite these setbacks, Griffey achieved several milestones with the Reds. In 2004, he hit his 500th career home run, a rare feat in baseball, and in 2008, he reached 600 home runs, becoming only the 6th player in history to do so at that time. Although injuries slowed his progress, his perseverance and love for the game were evident. Return to Seattle and retirement. In 2009, Griffey returned to Seattle, where fans welcomed him with open arms. Although he was no longer the same player from the 1990s, his presence rejuvenated the Mariners' fan base. Griffey spent 2 final seasons with Seattle, contributing as a veteran and mentor. In 2010, he announced his retirement from the game. He finished his career with 630 home runs, 1,836 RBIs, and a .284 batting average. Griffey's statistics alone are impressive, but his impact on baseball went beyond numbers. He helped make baseball cool for a younger generation, sparking interest in the game through his Nike endorsement deals, video games, and his likable personality. Griffey's Nike Air Griffey Max shoes became iconic, and he was one of the first baseball players to be widely marketed like an NBA or NFL star. Legacy and Hall of Fame induction. In 2016, Griffey was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, receiving 99.3% of the vote, at that time, the highest percentage ever. He was one of only a few players to come so close to unanimous induction, solidifying his place among the all-time greats. Ken Griffey Jr.'s legacy is defined by more than his statistics. He was an ambassador for the sport, beloved by fans and respected by players. He played the game with a sense of joy and enthusiasm that was contagious. He made baseball accessible and cool to a generation of fans who might not otherwise have been interested. His backward cap, his powerful swing, and his spectacular catches in center field created a blueprint for what it meant to be a superstar in baseball. Off the field, Griffey was known for his charity work and commitment to his community. He was involved in numerous charitable efforts, including the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. He continued to give back to the game as well, later taking on a role as a special consultant to the Commissioner of Major League Baseball, where he focused on youth baseball initiatives, helping to inspire the next generation. In closing, Ken Griffey Jr. will always be remembered as one of baseball's brightest stars. From his early days in Seattle to his final years back with the Mariners, he exemplified what it means to play with passion, integrity, and dedication. His contributions to the game were immense, both on and off the field. Griffey reminded us of baseball's enduring appeal and inspired countless young athletes to pick up a bat and glove.